right, so we're going to be using a live build as a training tool. And the first thing you want to do before you install WordPress or do anything like that is you never want to build a site live. So the first thing you're going to do is you're actually going to go in and create a subdomain for it, which is what we would call a test server, basically. And what's going to happen with that is you're going to do all of the build there, and then you're going to transfer it over to your primary domain once that's finished. So I'm going to kind of show you what we're working with, what the objective is on this site. But first off, getting WordPress set up and installed. We use Bluehost, so this is who we're going to be going through. I will put the link into Bluehost with the rest of this, but this is essentially what you're going to do. So you're going to go to hosting, and then you're going to be taken to your control panel, so it's going to look a lot like this. Then you're going to go into domains. And once you go into domains, you're going to go into your subdomain menu, which looks a lot like this. And then this site is called Simply Fab, and I'll show you why for a second in a moment. And then you're going to go simplyfab.valkyrie.com and then simply create that subdomain. Now, if you followed my advice from some prior videos, you will know that I am going to always recommend that you use a CDN. And we use Cloudflare as our CDN. So if you are using a CDN, there is an extra step you're going to have to take with this subdomain setup before installing WordPress. So the next step is to log into your CDN, and I'm logged into Cloudflare here, and go into the primary domain. And then you're going to click DNS, and you're going to add a record. So what you're going to do is add a CNAME record, and then you're going to say simplyfab.valkyrie.com, which is a subdomain that we just created. Then we're going to add that record. And what's going to happen is now we can go back to Bluehost and begin our installation of WordPress. Back in your Bluehost control panel, the next thing you're going to do is hit the Install WordPress button. And it walks you through this pretty simply using the Mojo Marketplace installer, but I'm going to show you exactly how to get this done. So you're just going to wait for a second, and then you're just going to click the Get Started button right here. Now what's going to happen is it's going to ask you for the domain that you want to install WordPress on. We want to install WordPress on the subdomain that we just created. So what we're going to do is we're going to go find that. As you can see, we've got a lot of subdomains. We've got a lot of projects all the time. It's going to check the domain and make sure everything's copacetic there. And it's going to ask you if you want these plugins installed. I don't want these plugins installed. It's up to you if you do, but both of these are paid services. If you want to use them, go for it and install them. They're good plugins. It's not that they're bad. It's just not quite what I want for this site. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to title it, and then we're going to set our admin username and email address, and then set a password or just accept the password that we've been assigned here. Once that's completed, we're just going to click that we understand. We've read the terms of service, and then we're going to hit the install button. Then you're going to be greeted with this screen that just lets you know that WordPress is installing on your subdomain. And once that's done, it will let you know, and then you'll get your login credentials so that you can begin customizing your WordPress site. And that is how you install WordPress on your domain or a subdomain.